Alrighty. We are back again with some more Pokemon Run&Bun Hardcore Nuzlocke. Picking up where we left off a couple days ago. Slowly but surely making our way through Victory Road here. We're almost towards the end. We got 4 more regular trainers left, and then there's the boss trainer, which is a rematch with your rival Vito in this game, who has a pretty scary psychic terrain team. So yeah, we've been making our way. Some of these trainers have been pretty tricky to try to calc for, but we've been doing good so far. And this next trainer is actually pretty straightforward. Pretty easy. The one after this one, though, was a little tough. I took a look at that one as well, because I could tell it was pretty tough. And I think I have a line for the one after this, too. But not a riskless line, so... But why don't we just go ahead and start off with this first fight here. I already got it prepped and everything. Got all the right items here. Life Orb, Citrus Berry, Choice Scarf, Beedrill, 244 HP for Golisopod. And he just leveled up too, so don't gotta worry about XP. Alright, so we can go head over to where we left off here. I think we last completed the final trainer in the Dusclops section. So I think I pop up on this bridge here. Or I might go into the ice section, I'm not sure. There's a couple puzzles you have to get through here that the creator made, including this one here. So let's do this one. Go up here. Wait for the Dusclops to move. Cool. So you went through here. And then go back down here. Richard, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in the chat. Hope you're having a good day today so far. Alright, so we go here. We kinda gotta rush through this one. Good. Come back up and around. Block this Dusclops here. And then... And then... We gotta take this one. It's kind of a pain that you have to do this every single time, but it's fine. So, there. And we last beat this trainer, so now we can go this way. Let's see. I think you said Pokemon Fire Red there. It's Rojo Fuego. Yeah, this isn't Pokemon Fire Red. Alright, so yeah, we are in the ice puzzle part now. Oh, heart scale. Nice. Yeah, I think there's 2 heart scales in here. Alright, and we have to go... I'm just gonna save beforehand. I don't know exactly where the next trainer is. Let's see. Alright, there he is. Oh, and there's the other heart scale. Cool. Alright. Alright, so let me save here. And let's triple check items one last time. Life Orb, Citrus, Choice Scarf, 164 HP. Let's see. Yep, that's correct. Beedrill, 244. Alright. Let's do this here. Alright, Cool Trainer Spectre. Alright, so this guy leads off with a Snorlax with the Gluttony ability holding a Custat Berry. Also has Counter and Explosion. But it doesn't have any Sturdy or Focus Sash or anything like that, so with a Life Orb, we can simply just outspeed in one shot with a close combat here. So Snorlax goes down. We'll take some Life Orb. And then next to come in will be Salamence. Perfect. Alright, so Salamence comes in and outspeeds me and sees a KO with both Draco Meteor and Dual Wing Beat. So I'm gonna first swap to something that can take both of those attacks, which will be my Hisuian Goodra here. So we'll swap into either attack. My Goodra is also battle armor, so I won't be able to get crit here. So we'll swap in. Alright, Dual Wing Beat. We'll take that very well. Alright, and now, Salamence only sees a KO on my Goodra with Earthquake. So that allows me to safely swap into my Hydreigon, who will take no damage because of Levitate. Perfect. And then we will outspeed with a Choice Scarf and one-shot with our own Draco Meteor. Perfect. So Salamence goes down. Next thing that should come in is the Breloom. Perfect. And this is Technician Breloom holding a Focus Sash. And I have my Hydreigon pre-damaged here because it sees that I'm faster, and it can always KO with close combat. But at this HP, it also sees a KO with Mach Punch. So the AI is going to want to go for a faster KO than a slow KO. So Breloom is always going for a Mach Punch here, which allows me to swap to my Beedrill to take the Mach Punch very well here. Yep, so there's Mach Punch. Alright, and now Breloom sees a KO with only the move Rock Tomb. Right now we're slower, but as a Mega Beedrill, we will outspeed, and I'm going to break the Focus Sash with a U-turn here. go U-turn. That brings its health down, and I'm gonna swap to my Golisopod, who will take the incoming Rock Tomb, and always a proc emergency exit, and never die to a crit. So we'll go Golisopod here. So Rock Tomb. We can take that. We get our emergency exit. And then we can go back to Beedrill. And then with Beedrill back in, I can now KO simply with another U-turn, getting another free switch. So Breloom goes down. Oh, and actually I think I got the 10% chance to not go for a fast KO Mach Punch there. That's interesting. Alright, so with that free switch, I'm now going to bring back in my Urshifu. And we should see Metagross come in. Or Starmie. Yeah, Starmie makes sense. Yeah, because Starmie comes in and sees that it's faster. And this thing is annoying because it has the analytic ability, which is bugged in this game. However, with a Life Orb, this thing is always going to attack, and I could always just one-shot it with a Sucker Punch, allowing me to out-prioritize. So, Life Orb Sucker Punch always KOs here. So Starmie goes down. Now it should be the Metagross. And this is a Metagross holding a weakness policy. Raising its attack by 2 stages if it gets hit with a special effective move. But Life Orb, Wicked Blow simply one-shots it. So I don't have to worry about the weakness policy. So Metagross goes down. And then last up is just a Sableye. And this is a Mega Sableye, but the only thing that this thing can do to me is either use Seismic Toss, or let me see. Yeah, either go for a Seismic Toss or go for a Will-O-Wisp. Either of which is perfectly fine, because after one Wicked Blow, even if I get burned, the second one will always KO. So from here, we can just two-shot the Sableye with 2 Wicked Blows. We get to see the Mega Sableye sprite, which is pretty cool looking. Let's see what it goes for here. Seismic Toss, yep, we always live that. And then we can just KO with another Wicked Blow. Alright, and there we go. That is the fight. Pretty easy. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so let's go ahead back out. And take a look at the next fight here. Alright. Alright, so I already took a bit of a look at this next fight, and I think I have a line, but this fight is pretty scary because it's a Sun team. with some chlorophyll mons, which are pretty scary because they outspeed everything. And I don't have any of my own chlorophyll mons, so a little tough, but I think I have a workable line here. So let me just look over it again. Let me see. Plan was, yeah, lead you, bait you, 1v1 with you. Hopefully. Depending on what happens, bait either you or you. If it's you, I just KO with you. That'll always bait you, which I can just 1v1 with you. Let's see. Which one baits, I can just go straight to Urshifu. KO. Let's see. Then we can just go to you. Yeah, so I think this line has some precariousness to it, but I would have to it would just have to be some really big fiction, so. But it should be fine. So for this fight, we're gonna lead. Let's see here. We are going to lead Arcanine. Then we need. Let's see. We're keeping Urshifu. But we're gonna bring back in Galarian and Weezing. First time in a while. We're gonna go... Latios. We're gonna go... Primarina. And we're going Dragapult. Okay. Alright, and I need to level up my Weezing to the level cap. So we'll do that. And let me just update that in the calc here. So for items, I need a Choice Scarf for Arcanine. So let's get that here. Let's see, we need... yeah, we need... which one. We need Chesto Berry for Lizzie. I need Dragon Fang on Dragapult. Citrus Berry for Grim. And then I need Choice Band on Urshifu. And then I could also give a Citrus Berry to Latias here. That should be everything. Let me just triple check the line one last time here. Bait you, go you, KO, bait either of you. If it's you, we go you. You, then we just go straight to you. Let's see, if that doesn't bait you, we can go... That would probably bait you, go you, KO. Then that would bait you, and then same thing, we go you. Check one more calc here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so there is some converging lines for this line, but they should all convene back at the same point. As long as Lizzie survives. If she doesn't, I might have to sack her. Because there is a very small risk that could happen. Which hopefully doesn't happen. But let's go head over to the next trainer here. This way. Oh, I never grabbed this stone here. Oh, Venusaur, right? Yeah. That could be useful. I haven't gotten my Victory Road encounter yet, which ideally I would like to get a Venusaur. Just to have like a, because I'm kind of missing a good grass type. That's kind of like a really big hole in my box, but we're so close to the end, like, it doesn't really matter. Yo, what's up, in Glacial, Otzi, what's up, you guys? Appreciate the follows. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a good day today. What's up, you guys? Appreciate you guys popping in. Alright, guys. Also, do you guys also do Nuzlocks? Oh, stormy. That's opposite for me. It's a bright and sunny hot day where I'm at. But it's a pleasure to meet you guys. Oh, nice. You just started Run&Bun? That's cool. Yeah, I'm at the very, hopefully at the end of a winning run. Just making my way through the last parts of Victory Road here. But, yeah, really appreciate, when other people who play the game pop in. Doesn't happen super often, but yeah, I'm about to do the next fight right now if you guys want to stick around and check that one out. It's a bit of a tough one. I just gotta get through these mazes again. Yeah, Dexa made some interesting custom little puzzles here for the Victory Road. So let's see, we go this way, knock this, we go down, back up around, block this dust flops, we break this block, move this up, move this all the way, break this rock. It's points like these where I really wish there were a portable PC. It's for this game, but it's all good. Alright, so we go here. And then we just beat this guy. So now we're going up here. We just save beforehand. Okay, so... Oh! I think this is Earthquake. Nice. And then... Is this the Gengarite? It is the Gengarite. That's pretty cool. I do have Gengar, so that's nice. Let's see. Can I move this boulder permanently? That would be nice. So next trainer, yeah, he's over here. Hater, what's up in the YouTube chat? How's it going, bro? Hope you're having a good day today. Yeah, this is Pokemon. This is a ROM hack called Pokemon Run&Bun. It's currently still considered the hardest ROM hack. Might soon to be not, because there's some newer ones coming out. But yeah, I'm currently doing my Nuzlocke, which is if a Pokemon faints during a battle, you can no longer use it. So, and this next fight is a pretty tough one because it's a permanent sun fight, which is sun teams are always the hardest to deal with out of all the weather fights. So, I'm just triple checking the calcs one last time here. Go to you. KO. Bates. Alright, so we should be good. There are some branching paths for this line, for this fight that could happen. And it's not completely riskless. There's a chance that I might have to sacrifice my Weezing, which wouldn't be ideal, but hopefully we don't need to end up having to do that. Alright, but let's go ahead and do this here. Cold Trainer Edgar. Alright, so this guy leads a Charizard, which is about to Mega Evolve into a Mega Charizard Y, which has Drought, which is going to set up it's going to set up the Sun for the rest of the fight, allowing its other Mons to do scary damage here, but with a Choice Scarf, my Arcanine Hisui outspeeds, and I can just simply one-shot with a Rock Slide to start off. So there's the Mega Charizard. There's the Drought. And there it goes. Alright, so Charizard goes down. The next thing that should come in should always be Hisui and Lilligant. Perfect. Alright, and this thing is the huge demon of this team because it's got Chlorophyll, and with it having a naturally pretty high base speed stat, it outspeeds everything no matter what, even if you give them a Choice Scarf. And it also has Sleep Powder, and one turn Solar Blade to deal tons of damage. So to deal with this thing, right now it always sees a KO on my Arcanine with only close combat. I'm going to swap into my Galarian Weezing, who is quad resistant, and ideally not see a crit here. We would love to see that. If we don't see a crit here, I think we should be pretty good for the rest of the fight. So, no crits, please. Close combat. Okay, good. No crit. So, with that, we are now always living. Lilligant here is now either gonna go for a Flying Jump boosted Acrobatics, or go for a Sleep Powder. If it goes for Sleep Powder, I have a Chesto Berry to heal from that. And after its close combat, I could always one-shot with either Sludge Bomb or Strange Steam. Depending on which move it goes for, will change the baiting. So this is where a Branching Path could start. I think ideally we'd like for it to attack here. I think that would be the easier of the line. So let's see what it goes for here. Okay, so there's the Acrobatics. We'll always live a crit. It's... Yep, just barely. Yeah, so that's why I said I didn't want to get crit on that close combat because I was dead to double crit some max rolls there, so we just barely live, and Ninetales always comes in. So because of that crit, it now sees a KO with a random move. And this thing also has Nasty Plot with a Focus Sash. But right now it's just gonna go for a completely random move. But in this case, that's perfectly fine. Because I can just swap back to Arcanine, who can tank any move very well. It does have Freeze Dry, but because the sun is up, I can't get frozen due to the weather effect. So I don't have to worry about that. So we'll just go to Arcanine and whatever move it goes for here. Yeah, so there's a Freeze Dry. We can't get frozen from this. And even if we did, I could just go for Flare Blitz. And now, again, we still outspeed because of the Choice Scarf. And I could go for either Rock Slide or Flare Blitz. Rock Slide has a chance to flinch. So that's more ideal of the 2 moves. So it is holding the sash, so it'll take 2 rock slides to take this thing out. Yep, so there's a Moonblast, perfectly fine. We'll take that. Alright, and then we could just KO with another Rock Slide. Alright, so Ninetales goes down. Next up should always be Venusaur. Perfect. Alright, and this Venusaur also has Chlorophyll, making it very fast. And also has Growth with a Life Orb to deal a bunch of damage. But right now it sees a KO with either Solar Beam or Earthquake. But even with its Life Orb, my Latias just straight up walls this thing. And so we're just gonna go to Latias to 1v1 it. So we'll take whatever move it goes for. Earthquake would be the more ideal of the 2 moves here. Yep, so there's Earthquake. Well, actually, no. It attacking was actually more ideal because it takes 2 Solar Beams. It needs to attack twice in order for it to guarantee die to Psychic. So this Psychic isn't a guaranteed KO, but even if it isn't, I'm holding a Citrus Berry to recover. I also have Recover myself, so we're perfectly fine here to go for a Psychic. Yeah, so we eat that. And let's just make this easy. Let's see a KO here. Ah, not quite. Yeah, but that's perfectly fine. Again, I'm holding a Citrus, so I can just go for another Psychic here. Yeah, and I think that will kill itself. Yeah. Alright, so Venusaur goes down. So those are the main demons. Next up will be a Rhyperior. Perfect. Alright, and Rhyperior comes in. This thing has Rockhead and Leftovers. And right now I believe it sees KO with always Head Smash. But it also has Stealth Rocks. So it's either 70% of the time go for a Head Smash, or 30% of the time go set up a Stealth Rocks. Either of which is perfectly fine, because I'm going to swap to my Urshifu, which can take a Head Smash pretty well. And if it's Stealth Rocks, we all are also perfectly fine. So we're going to go to Urshifu here. So it's... Oh, that's funny. We got a... That's the second time we got a 30% Stealth Rocks. Wow. My Stealth Rocks luck is pretty good. Alright, well again, that's perfectly fine. Because with a Choice Band now, this thing doesn't have Sturdy or a Focus Band or anything. And with a Choice Band, we can just outspeed and one-shot with a Close Combat. So Rhyperior goes down. And then this just leaves a Goodra. Which... Let me check something. Since I didn't get hit with a Head Smash... Oh no. No, I can't leave Urshifu in. Yeah, so... Right now at full health, this Goodra we'll either go for highest damage move Weather Ball or go for counter, most likely. So for this Gudra, all I'm going to do is I'm going to first swap to my Primarina, which can take a Weather Ball very well. Or counter will not do anything. Yeah, so there's a Weather Ball. We take that pretty well. Alright, and now Gudra sees its highest damaging move on my Primarina with only Earthquake. So again, it's either going to Earthquake or use counter because I have Flip Turn. So that allows me to swap to my Dragapult, which can take an Earthquake pretty well. And that even with the Stealth Rocks, we always live. So we'll go straight to Dragapult here. So there's the rocks. We should see Earthquake. Perfect. Alright, and then with a Dragon Fang, we simply outspeed and can one-shot with Dragon Darts. Alright, there we go. Very nice. Glad to get that fight done. It's odd to appreciate the emotes there, bro. Matt, what's up in the YouTube chat? Good to see you again. Appreciate you popping in. It's all good if you gotta go, but it's good to see you again. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Alright. So with that, I think it's only two more regular trainers left, and then it's the boss battle. So very, very close. Alright, so let's save. Alright, so I haven't looked at the next couple fights, but I don't think they should be as hard as this last one was, because I don't think they have any weather or anything. Hey, what's up, Luke? Luke, is that you? I forget your username. If that is you, Luke, good. It's good to see you. Appreciate you popping in. Yeah, that's right. It's good to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, I just beat a tough sun fight here in Victory Road, and I've just got a few more fights left until I make it to Elite Four. So we are very, very close here toward the end. But it's great to see you in the chat. How's your day going? Do you have are you at work today, or do you have the day off today? Oh yeah, you had class today. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, well, we can take a look at the next couple fights here. Yeah, this next one does have a Shadow Tag Wobbuffet that you have to be careful of. Brandy, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for popping in the chat. Hope you're having a good day today. This is Run&Bun. I actually haven't played Pokemon Redux yet, but I've heard some good things from it. I've seen some people do Nuzlocke of that game, and that game looks really tough. I don't know if like that's the kind of game I would be into personally, because it requires a lot of min-maxing. Let's see. Seamus Drake, what's up, bro? Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day today. Yeah, this is a continuation. I streamed a couple days ago. But yeah, I'm just picking up where I left off. Just trying to get through all the trainers here. It's quite a few. There's 15 total trainers in Victory Road, and they all have a unique Mega Evolution. So, some of them are definitely not trivial. But it just takes a little bit. I'm just taking my time, not trying to rush. I am very close to the end of this run, so I just want to make sure I'm doing everything carefully. But yeah, Brandy, here, I could show you guys my box here. Yeah, so right now I only have 21 deaths, which is pretty light. For this point in the game, and I got some good big hitters here. You know, I got the Prim, I got the Pulse, got the Pod, got the Big B, got the Thundurus, got the Sneasler. So yeah, I've been running hundreds of attempts of this game, and this is definitely the best attempt out of all of them that I've had so far, so yeah, if I end up losing at any point, at this point, I don't know if I have it in me to do another run, because this attempt has already been taking so long. Let me see. Yeah, my save file is like almost at 300 hours here. Yeah, 265, pretty much. So, but it's been fun. I've definitely had a lot of fun. There's been a lot of roller coasters for this run. I hope to. I don't know if I'll do like a video of my run once I'm done. I think I'll just do like a lot of shorts of like little clips of funny moments that I've had. Let's see, Ati, I would say for running Run&Bun, it's a pretty steep learning curve, especially the early game. It's definitely a huge wall for a lot of people. I mean, it took me hundreds of attempts of my own, like just off stream, because you also, for the early game, the first gym trainer, Brawly, you do kind of have to get lucky to get by with good enough encounters and not getting crit too much. And Norman is a big jump. But there's a recent new ROM hack that just came out called Pokemon Null that I'm very excited to play after I'm done with this, because it's in the Run&Bun style, but it gets rid of the early game, because you start off at a level cap of like I think 35 or something. So I think that game is more balanced So you have like a consistent amount of power in your box to handle the fights. So, but I would definitely, I mean, if you're interested in running it, I would definitely give it a shot. I've done a bunch of attempts of this off stream before I started live streaming my attempts. So, I'm definitely someone who's in the camp of like learning by going into the deep end, you know. So I like just diving myself into the hardest version of it, and then just try to, you know, figure out how to swim. It's basically. But definitely Pokemon Null I would recommend as like a good alternative. There's also Pokemon Platinum Kaizo that's coming out really soon. And that looks like it's gonna be the new hardest ROM hack, because the trailer they put out for it, some of those battles look insane. It's so. Yeah, but if you enjoy like what I'm doing here, like with the calking and finding like perfect lines for fights, then Run&Bun is a fun game and very rewarding. Yeah, Plat Kaizo, the Kaizo games are challenging in a completely different way. Like, I feel like Run&Bun is like very much like chess, whereas like Kaizo is like, I don't know what a good analogy is, but I've done attempts of Emerald Kaizo, and there's definitely a lot more randomness that's involved, which I'm not always particularly a fan of, but there's a whole bunch of new features that the creator is doing for Platinum Kaizo, which I am definitely interested in doing attempts of it. But I think between the two, I would prefer playing Pokemon Null to start off with. I don't know, I'll have to see. You know, I still want to get this run done first. That's the first thing I want to have accomplished. So yeah, so why don't we, let's see. So this guy leads Archeops. We can one-shot with a few things. We can do either Aerodactyl or Thundurus. Let's see, Aerodactyl would bait. Looks like looks like Dragapult if I pre-damage. We beta Thunder. Let's see, this thing. Yeah, I could deal with this thing pretty easily with Sucker Punch or Choice Scarf, one of my other guys. Let me see. Let's see, if I do Thundurus lead, Thundurus would bait. Looks like also Dragapult, but it would be for Dragon Darts. Yeah, so that might be better, because then I think I could get a Golisopod emergency exit from that. So, let me see. Yeah, Golisopod. Or I could pivot, or I could just pivot through something else. Let me see. Yeah, Dragon Darts should do it, because I don't think the first hit would ever bring me below half. So I could just pre-damage to, let's see, 128 plus min roll Dragon Darts is 62 per, so I would just have to pre-damage to 252. And one Dragon Dart max roll crit deals 110. Yeah, and that would never proc emergency exit. Okay, so I can always get emergency exit from Dragon Darts. Oh yeah, Radical Red. Yeah, that's another crazy one. I've also done a randomizer Nuzlocke of that game. Not the hardcore mode, but the regular one. I've tried attempts at the hardcore mode, but the AI in that game is like pretty difficult to play around because it's, you know, it predicts your moves. So yeah, I prefer it when the AI can be made predictable for the most part. Let's see. So if I do Golisopod emergency exit, I could go to a few options. I can choice Scarf. I can do Scarf Hydreigon, which let's see, might just bait Wobbuffet, so I don't think that would be good. I could also go Life Orb, Sucker Punch. Or not even Life Orb, just Black Glasses would do it. Yeah, hardcore mode is, yeah, I've done like randomizer attempts of hardcore mode just for fun, but like that game is very, you need to, I don't think that game is meant to, the hardcore mode is definitely not meant to be randomized. You're definitely meant to encounter route for that game to be successful. Let's see. So if I KO with Urshifu, I show KO on Wob. So looks like it would always, I could bait Always Thunder from the Pikachu here. And with that, I could very easily 1v1 with Electrode. Or even other things, even I have a few options I could do for this. Let's see. Yeah, the Wobbuffet, you just have to make sure you, for the post-switch AI, as long as something sees that has a fast or a slow KO, or is faster and out damages you, those mons would always be baited in first. And obviously, if you show a KO on the Wobbuffet, like with my Urshifu, it will never swap in if there's something else that it has, so. And I always have, I could either use Urshifu or to one-shot, or I could use Salazzle and just Toxic it until it dies. I just had to make sure that if I have to swap anything, that they're either Ghost type or holding a Shed Shell. So yeah, so let's look at this again. So Thunderbolt, Archeops, Bait D-Darts, emergency exit through. So if I KO with Urshifu, I could bait. Let's see. If I don't pre-damage, it would look like, Nidoking. If I do pre-damage, I could bait Pikachu. Let's see, if I bait Sludge Wave or counter, I could go... I could go... maybe... see, I could use a few things. Oh, and this thing also has a focus sack, so... So I could use something like... I could swap in Beedrill on a Sludge Wave. And then get a U-turn to break Sash. That would be baiting either Earth Power or counter. So... could go... Yeah, we can maybe do like a U-turn into Latias and then KO with Psychic. Because U-turn doesn't deal that much and I resist counter, so... Here, let me switch to the calc screen here. Let's see, if I do KO with Psychic, though... That would bait... Let's see... looks like that might bait Wobbuffet. Yeah, because let me triple check the bait AI here. Let's see, post switch. Yeah, Wobbuffet is +2. As long as they're not slower than the Pokemon and O-Code. So the only thing that's faster is if the AI is faster and deals more damage percentage-wise. So let's see. Let's see. Pikachu doesn't outdamage me. And neither does regular Charizard. So I think at this point Wobbuffet would come in after KOing the Nidoking. So I can just give Latios a leftovers. I mean a Shed Shell. Yeah, this has both Mirror Code and Counter, and Destiny Bond, so the safest thing is always to swap to something that has Toxic, like my Salazzle here, and then just let it just slowly die. Let's see, if I do that, Salazzle shows KO on Pikachu. So that would bait in regular Charizard. I can give her a Poison Barb to show fast 2-hit KO. But then that would be random move between Flare Blitz or Dragon Claw. Yeah, and I wouldn't really have anything else to deal with this thing. So yeah, ideally I would want to have my Dragapult in for this guy. Or yeah. No worries, Otzi. Really appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the follow. Yeah, hopefully I'll catch you in another stream. Hopefully within the next few weeks I'll be streaming my E4 attempt, so definitely appreciate you popping in when I do that. But hope you enjoy the rest of your day, bro. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do a different route here. Let's see. So the problem is that if I do bait in Wobbuffet, and then try to go to, say, like, Beedrill or Urshifu to KO it, it could very likely go for Destiny Bond, which would be not ideal. So setting up a chain for this thing would probably be better. Let's see, so what if I go bait the Pikachu on Urshifu instead? I could use... Let's see, my Electrode straight up walls this thing. If I do the 1v1 with Electrode, that would bait... Slow kill from Nidoking, but it'd be random move. I could go to like Assault Vest Gudra to bait the Earth Power or counter. Or... let me see. I could also go to like... I can just go to Hydreigon with a Cherry Berry, and then go for the KO with Draco. Let's see, that would bait... That might also bait Wobbuffet. But if it is Hydreigon, then I can U-turn from the Wobbuffet. If I do that, then I could be baiting Nidoking on Salazzle instead of Charizard. It'd be going for Earth Power. And then... let's see, I could go back to Hydreigon. But this thing could also go for counter. So... let's see, actually, if I can get Thundurus at the very end on a Dragon Claw, I can just KO with a Thunderbolt with Magnet. So if I could just figure out the Nidoking, then it could be fine. And this is Sheer Force, so I can't use Golisopod for emergency exit. Let's see. Let's see, well, if it is guaranteed Earth power, we could... It says it's Sheer Force, I don't have to worry about Ice Beam Freeze. So... I could possibly swap Salazzle back in on an Ice Beam, but I think that would deal too much damage if I try to Encore. Let's see, who else could I use here? If I could possibly use Beedrill to get a U-turn. Or try to break the sash somehow. And then try KOing with... Oh well, I would have to hold Magnet, so I can't use Acrobatics. Starmie would always live a crit Earth power, but then I'd be baiting random move. Let's see. Is there a way I could use... Dragapult? I mean, Latias would be the most clear counter. I could also swap to Hydreigon and then try to U-turn. Yeah, because that might... Let's see. If I level up you... Ooh, Basculegion just barely outspeeds. With a Choice Scarf. So... Let's see. So I could pivot through... I could pivot through Dragapult. I mean, I pivot through Hydreigon with a U-turn, or I could pivot through Thunderous. Let me see. I could come in with Basculegion, choice card for liquidation, but let's see. That wouldn't be a good baiting. So let's see. I could also go Scarf. What if I went... Sneezer, can you do something with like a Ganlon Berry? Natural gift. That could be something. Let me see. 75.7 plus 15.4 from Fake Out deals 91. Oh, that might actually work. Do I even have Ganlon berries? Let me see. No, I only have Asper berries. That doesn't deal enough damage. Need to figure out how to deal with this. Let's see, what if I use Starmie? I can bait Ice Beam. U-turn to break Sash, KO with Psychic or Surf. What would you bait? Oh, but she would also bait either... most likely Flare Blitz. Let me see. If I give you a Mystic Water... yeah, that would be majority of the time Flare Blitz from Charizard X, which deals a ton of damage. Oh no, what am I thinking? I can't even use Thunderous for this thing, because it's no longer a flying type. Okay, so that changes everything. I do gotta try to use either Hydreigon or Dragapult for this thing. So I could give... yeah, but that's gonna change things. Dragapult can come in on a Flare Blitz, but he can get burned. I think the best thing for this thing would be Choice Scarf, Draco Meteor from Hydreigon. Yeah, so... Let's see, I could also go for a Dragapult lead instead. Because I can KO Archeops with a Choice Scarf. Or no, Choice Specs Draco. Which would also KO Mega Charizard. So let's say if I do that, it would be the same baiting order. So I'd still be baiting D-Darts. I can still U-turn. I can still emergency exit. Let me see. Yeah, so that way I could still have Dragapult in the back. Let me see. So I could go... So I could still do the same thing. I can emergency exit into Urshifu to KO with a Sucker Punch. But then I would be baiting... Let me see. Oh, so if I actually... Hold up. I have an idea. So if I KO Urshifu... if I KO Dragapult Urshifu... I could also one-tap the Pikachu with Sucker Punch. And then... From there, I would be baiting a Sludge Wave from Nidoking. Because that thing is super slow. But if I'm baiting Sludge Wave, then I could go to Beedrill on a Sludge Wave, and then U-turn U-turn to break Sash. And then... That'd be baiting Earth Power. We can still go to... Latias for the KO. Let's see. Yeah, for either U-turn or... Yeah, counter shouldn't deal that much damage since it's resisted, if it does go for that. Could also go again with the Bascule Legion. And then KO with Liquidation. If I do that, I think that would bait Wobbuffet, and then I wouldn't even need I would need a Shed Shell since Bascule Legion is a ghost type. I could just go straight to you, but then Salazzle would bait... There would be a very small chance. Yeah, because regular Charizard has some overlap with Dragon Claw, which would be very bad. So... Let's see. I'm very close here. I just need to bring Dragapult in on a Flare Blitz. I may have to... Let's see. Yeah, at full health, if I'm showing fast KO, it will never be Dragon Dance, but... There's like a 6% chance the Charizard could go for Dragon Claw instead of Flare Blitz, which would just one-shot my my Dragapult. Let me see. don't ever have any other slots at that point. Who could I go for here? Yeah, I'm not really seeing the angle here. I mean, this is a pretty clean line so far up until the very end. So let me see. Maybe instead of Salazzle, I could go... I could also go Gengar. Do I have a Toxic TM? Let me see. No, I have Will-O-Wisp. I also have Curse. Curse could be something. So I could use Curse on Gengar. Or... I mean, I could use a Hard Skill to teach it Toxic, but... You could also Encore me into Curse, which would just make me KO myself. I do have the Gengar right though now. Let me see. Haven't accounted for that. See. What was about... Does it have Shadow Tag in this game? I forget. Let me see. Gengar Mech does have Shadow Tag in this game. Okay. So I could change that here. Shadow tag. Well, if the Wobbuffet does Encore me, I could just switch out. And I could just switch back and forth between Basculegion and Gengar. And then I could just use Will-O-Wisp. Because if I do that, then Mega Charizard X only sees a KO with Flare Blitz. And then that could be my swap into Dragapult. Yeah, so that might work actually. We just go use Curse, which, let me see, Curse, how much HP does that take? Both sides use half of their max HP. The Curse Pokemon loses 25% of their HP every turn. So that would leave me at half health. So if I just level up and then pre-damage. Oh, that would already pre-damage for me. Yeah, so I think that could work. So even if it does Encore me, I can just swap back to Basculegion and swap back and then just lock myself into Will-O-Wisp until Wobbuffet is dead. Bait the Flare Blitz from Charizard and then KO with Dragapult. Alright, so I think that'll work. And if anything goes wrong at any point, I can just sack like Basculegion or something. So recap choice specs. Dragapult's a one-shot with Draco on the Archeops. Bait their Dragapult. Golisopod emergency exit into Urshifu. KO with Sucker Punch. Pre-damage to bait Thunder. KO. Let's see. I would also have to... Let's see. Oh, but Nidoking is not guaranteed to go for Sludge Wave. didn't see that. It could also go for Earth Power, which that would just... I mean, crit? It would have to be like a max roll crit in order to KO my V-Drill. I could try to like pre-burn or I could try to pre-poison or toxic to try to get within just a specific range. Because if I go to like 182, that would severely lower the chance of Earth Power. And it still would be very likely to just go for counter. So... let me see. I could... pre-poison... If I pre-poison... Let's see. Urshifu's max health is 319. Divided by 8. That's 39 per poison turn. So... and he would be taking... 1 on switch. Another to KO Dragapult. And another to KO Pikachu. So that'd be 3 times. So let me see. 319 divided 319 divided by 8. 39, so 182 plus 39 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That'd be 229. But that would be outside of KO range from Pikachu. So if I'm not showing KO from Pikachu, that would be that would be Nidoking first, so I could start at 256, but after 3 turns of poison, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 139 HP. And then, yeah, that would be a 50-50 Sludge Wave or Earth Power. Which, that would not be good. So... yeah, this plan might not work, actually. So if I just pre-damage to be at, let's say 217. Let's see, I could also use Life Orb. Life Orb might work. Let me see. Life Orb would deal 31. So let's see if that would work. So I would want to be at 182 plus 31. 1, 2, 3. That'd be 275. But that still wouldn't show KO on Pikachu. Could also just do, let's see, 256 plus 31. I could start at 287 and then subtract 31 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That'll leave me at 194. See, that might work better. That would still allow me to show... Let me do that with poison then. So 256 plus 39 equals this. 295. Minus 39 3 times is 1, 2, 3. 178. That barely just shows a roll. So I think Life Orb could still work here. Because... Oh, and I would just be using Life Orb twice, actually, so... I could do... $182 plus 31 2 times. So 1, 2, that'd be 244. Oh yeah, and that would be... Okay, so that could work, actually. I could use Life Orb on Urshifu to first bait in the Pikachu and then reduce my HP to bait Nidoking. To reduce the likelihood of Earth power as much as possible. Yeah, so it'd have to be a very, very... That would still risk Beedrill getting KO'd, but it would be a very, very small risk. So I think I have this figured out, but I do have to get ready for work soon, so I don't think I'm gonna do this fight now. I'd rather look over it a little bit more and then save it for another stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and call things there for today. And I'll take some time looking over this, but really, really appreciate everyone who stopped by to watch. Yeah, if you guys want to keep following along with my progress, would definitely love that. But if not, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I'll see everyone in my next stream.